On January 6th, the violent insurrection at the U.S. Capitol building happened. Rioters broke through barricades, went inside the House, smashed windows, speared feces, fought with Capitol Police. So where was President Trump? Well, President Trump was not there. He was not part of the crowd, even though he said he's going to walk down Pennsylvania Avenue. No, he went home to watch. After inciting his followers to do such a thing, to go and try to stop that certification. So we know where he was, but where was Melania? What was she doing? Surely she wasn't in favor of an insurrection. I mean, she couldn't possibly be, right? I mean, there's this narrative that, oh no, Melania is a victim. She's victimized. She's, or at worst, she's, a gold digger, right? And only, married Trump for his money, which is hilarious because he didn't have any. Come on, he's got like $1 billion in bills worth due, and his companies are all in the red, and he's declared bankruptcy 6 times. Come on, dude. Come on. Oh, anyway, so now, that said, according to her former chief of staff, Stephanie Grisham, Melania Trump happens to be just as bad as her husband. In fact, the ex-staffer revealed in her upcoming book that she advised Trump at 1:25 p.m. that day that a protest of the election lost had turned violent. And she had urged her to denounce the violent turn, reported Politico's Playbook. Do you want to tweet that peaceful protests are the right of every American, but there is no place for lawlessness and violence? Grisham said via text message. The First Lady, who at the time was preparing a photo shoot of a rug that she had selected, replied 1 minute later with simply, no. The rug was apparently more important than what was going on at the Capitol building. Weird. Grisham's book also reveals that she urged Melania multiple times during the transition process to invite Joe Biden to have a cup of tea. Apparently, that's a tradition. I don't really care too much about that. But apparently, and this is why this actually matters, apparently she said, no, I'm not going to have a tea with somebody who is an illegitimate first lady. Meaning, of course, she bought into the big lie, because of course she does. She's as bad as Trump. And there's never been any doubt about it in my mind. Always has been. They are a match made in hell. She ain't a victim. So now, something that is interesting about this, more than just the drama, is how this exchange directly undercuts Trump's claim that he was unaware that the vice president was facing danger at that time. Remember, he tweeted out an attack on him at 2:24 p.m. that day. The text message to Melania was at 1:25. So that's an hour difference. You don't think she would have said, hey, we've got an issue here. There are people that are, protesting pretty violently in our name, and that's maybe not good. I mean, again, the rioters were there chanting, hang Mike Pence. So, I unaware my ass. Of course they knew. Of course they knew. But look, so now Melania responded to this, by the way, in an email to Politico. And here's what she said. And I love I love what this says, what this tells me. She said, the intent behind this book is obvious. It is an attempt to redeem herself after a poor performance as press secretary, failed personal relationships, and unprofessional behavior in the White House. Through mistruth and betrayal, she seems to gain relevance and money at the expense of Mrs. Trump. Now, is that probably true? Yes, of course. So, I mean, there's that old adage, of course, that the people that you surround yourself are kind of a reflection of you. So if you surround yourself with terrible people, likely you're a terrible person to begin with. And that's why you're surrounded by terrible people, like mine's, like with like. But okay, yes, sure, she probably is in it for the cash. But notice how there's no real denial of the substance. But mistruth. No, it's a lie. If it's a lie, say a lie. But if it's not a lie, I'm going to say a lie. It's not. So that's what that tells me. That's very interesting. How it's just not a flat. It's not just it's not a flat out denial. No, this never happened. What are you talking about? Can't say that because you know what happened. Got the receipts. Got the receipts. And so all she can do is say, "Oh, you know what? No, you were bad at your job, and that's why you're attacking me. Failed press secretary, poor performance." She's pulling it out of her husband's playbook because it's exactly the same. That's who she is. Terrible person. Always has been. They belong together. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.